Content marketing is one of the most valuable and viable marketing strategies available today. But the question is just how much content should you be producing? Who should you produce it for? What type of content should you produce? And how much time should you spend producing versus promoting this content? These are all great questions, which is why we're going to answer them all in today's episode, so stick around. Hello and welcome, my name is Erhart and you're watching The Modern Marketing Show, where we take different marketing tactics, tools, tips, and strategies and break them down into bite-sized, actionable clips that you can use to immediately take your business to the next level. I'm sure you've heard the saying, content is king, and this has never been more true than it is today. So the question is, why do you want to use content marketing in the first place? Well, content marketing is one of the best ways to build your expertise, show your authority, and provide valuable information in the marketplace. This in turn leads to more customers, more calls, more clients, more sales, more revenues, and an increased market share. So just how much content should you be producing? Well, this really comes down to your market and your industry and your competition. Obviously, the more competitive industry that you're in, the more content you're going to need to produce in order to compete. If you're in a less competitive industry, you're obviously going to need to produce a lot less content to quickly rise above your competitors. The best way to find out your industry's level of competition is to head over to Google and type in your industry, followed by blog. If it's delivering 1 million plus results, you're obviously in a more competitive industry, and you're going to need to raise your content marketing game. Fortunately now, however, the focus is on quality over quantity, and higher quality pieces of content are rising above the noise and being found a lot easier by your target market. Back in the day, around 2005, 2006, all you needed was a 400-word blog article posted every single day, and you were quickly able to amass a massive following. But this is no longer the case. Now the emphasis is on longer form content, say 1,000, maybe even 2,000 or 3,000 word blog posts, longer videos, and they always want to see interactive content like pictures, videos, SlideShare presentations, or infographics embedded into the post. So what type of content should you be producing? Well, this all really comes down to two things. The first is, what type of content does your target market enjoy consuming? This is the most important, because if you're producing a bunch of content that nobody wants to consume, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? The second thing is, how much do you enjoy creating the content and what types do you enjoy creating? Again, do you enjoy making videos? Do you enjoy writing? Do you enjoy doing graphic design and making images or infographics? These are all important things because when it comes to content marketing, content may be king, but consistency is absolutely next in line. All too often do companies embark on this content creation and then quickly drop off after a month or two when they realize that it's either too hard or not any fun. The way to overcome this is to find a form of content that you enjoy producing that your target market enjoys consuming. When you combine the two, you've got a winner. So how much time should you spend creating versus promoting content? Well, I think the best advice comes from Derek Halpern from Social Triggers, who advises the old 80-20 rule. But he kind of flips it on his head, and he says that you should spend 20% of your time creating content and 80% of your time promoting this content. I think this is incredibly valuable advice, especially in today's world of an oversaturated content marketplace. Producing great content and hoping the market just happens to stumble upon it is wishful thinking at best and pretty naive at worst. Great content marketing does take work, but it does produce results, so it's worth the effort. So what are some ways to get more mileage out of your content? I mean, after all, if you're going to spend a lot of time creating this stuff, it only makes sense to try and leverage it and milk every last drop of marketing goodness from it. Well, possibly the best way is to first produce one piece of epic content and then break it down and splice off different parts for different networks or different uses. Here's an example. You could create 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 word blog post for your website or blog. You could then create a video from this blog post. You could take some tweets out of it and maybe some shareable quotes. You could take those quotes and turn them into quote cards, which you could use on Facebook or Instagram. And you could also make an infographic, which just does exceptionally well on Pinterest. The end result is 5 or 6 different pieces of content you can share across all sorts of different social networks and also re-embed into the blog post, which makes it more interesting and more interactive. The takeaway point is this. Content marketing is an incredibly effective strategy, and you should definitely be using it in your business and your business's marketing. The effort is well worth the reward, as content marketing tends to provide an incredible ROI. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the section below, and subscribe to the channel. For more content like this, head over to AdamErhart.com and sign up for the Modern Marketing newsletter, because this is where I share my best tips, tricks, and strategies that I don't share anywhere else. Take care for now, and I'll catch you next time on the Modern Marketing Show.